But I believe this book is going to actually be a blessing to the youth. Actually,
Representing on TV. I'm here with Michael Amponsah. We're here to discuss about you. Would like to know more about him. Who is Michael Amponsah? So I'm here with Michael Amponsah. Welcome, Michael Amponsah.
thank you.
Nice meeting you.
The pleasure is all mine. You just brought pressure for me. Because if I were to be seated somewhere beyond the camera, I'll be asking myself, why do you have to bring this guy on set? Like the way you said, we want to know more about my club. So I'm just asking myself, what's that about my club that you want to know? So, Grace found me in all humility that I should say something that will be a blessing to your viewers. Amen.
So can I say you are man of God?
We are all men of God.
Okay.
We are all men of God, and the reason being that we're all created by God. Whether you decide to accept it or not, yes, you are born created by God. So we are all men of God, from God. The choice still lies with us whether we will still follow God's our Father's line. But I have chosen, with all humility, that when God called, I decided to say yes.
So this, I see you are so a man of God.
In this, you can see that I'm a student of the Bible,
Okay.
and Grace has found me to work in Christendom or in God's kingdom on earth.
So how long have you been doing this?
So, this question, I wanted to ask, what exactly have I been doing?
You said God called you. So what did God call
Hey,
you?
where was God? Which line did God call me on? So, what I meant to say was that from the beginning of creation, we all understand that it was God who created man. So, it's not as if He has called us, but we reading the scriptures, you know that when we got separated from God, He through His Son brought about a way for reconciliation, so that I may find my way back to God, like my heavenly Father. So I may have been any other person, and I say this in all humility because I'm thinking to myself, so if I had been of a different faith, how easy would I have been to say that I am a Christian? It would be very difficult. So fortunately for some of us, in all humility, our parents led the way for us. My mother, my father found Christ. So I was born close to the source, and it became easier even in the midst of choices, when I knew that I'm a blood boy, so I knew that, and I grew up in those places where I knew I could have chose more and all that, but Grace found me that, okay, chill, but chill answering to your Father's vision, and not just our earthly or secular fathers. And there is a God who runs all our affairs. Our life is in His hand. So to answer your question, if I'm answering it right, it is not really word that goes to somewhere and said that my God, and I said that yes, yeah. God, but the primary source of knowing who God is the Bible, and I was humbled to have been born in a church, and I studied the scriptures, and as I grew up, the scriptures found a way of getting back to me, and then I had to say yes.
How long?
So so I answered it in a way that I was born in a church. Every musician will go. When I say young to us, they say, "Oh, a woman, but let me be careful to add this. So I have been a churchgoer all my life. I haven't been a Christian all my life. So that is to answer your question. So I think that I will not say my age, but I think that for over 20 years of my life, I have been in a quest of. It started with music. playing instruments at a church where I felt I was relevant in the church because there was nobody to help fill playing the keyboard session in my church, and then I it grew gradually. I wanted to do something for God. We backslided a little here and they don't ask me details about backsliding, but I backslided a little, and then somehow it got intense. Um, yes, over 2 decades ago of my life. So let's say 20 years of my life. Not how old am I now? I'm a very young man now. I don't want to be scaring your audience.
We will not talk about the age.
They will see my beard and go like, "This guy is Methuselah. Please, I'm a very young man."
Okay.
Mhm.
So what are some of the challenges when you have like throughout these 2 decades? What are some of the challenges you
The the challenges happen to be, I think, growth. I think growth. Maybe that's why I wrote the book which I never grew. I think growth happened so fast, and so I'm a member of the Church of Pentecost, and I was privileged to go to school. Privileged to go to school. I came back with a different taste of Christianity. I got it from school, and I remember that when I came back home, I didn't feel fitting into the setting again. Then with the English assemblies in my church and the PIWCs were not many as we have them now. So, and I was not doing. I also am part of the generation that jumped into what some of us used to call the Triglish style of singing. So, Dana say, we will go, Dana say.
vocalization?
The Triglish.
Yeah.
So, we were not accepted like that. I remember Yudizuta on Dana say, did, Da, Hanyami, I say. And when you did it in a church, Charlie, it was the folks would just sit down and look at you like that. There was some way.
Yeah.
So a first challenge was acceptance, where I felt we were not I was not accepted. My mom will one day, after you've even written your name. At the time you write your name, they'll not even call you. You go to my church, you write your name and you will call it. The other times you write your name, they'll not call you. So it was majorly acceptance. Then growth happened. So I think I was so struggling to be the educated but Pentecostal. I don't know whether it makes sense. I'm not saying that Pentecostals are not educated, but I'm just saying that I belong to that generation where Yaku school, ne be see a school seven no. This school seven no eba. Nti na mpanyinfo no say that be asori na eye mpanyinfo dia. Nye obrofo na do abetete. But I personally had, because when they started the English assembly, they wanted, I had some few courses and let's go to the English. I didn't feel comfortable in English. So it wasn't about English assembly, quote unquote. I just wanted to serve God. And it's relevant now because what we prayed for back then, now my church and we are now doing them. So that was one of my major challenges, acceptance.
Nice. So I heard you talking about a book, and you say you sing too. So do you have any songs out and any book too? That I've seen one book here, I think two. There's a lot of books here, so I don't know which one of the books. So.
Okay, so like I said, I began with singing. I'm actually with all humility, I think I'm a good songwriter. At a point in time, I watched off music. I wanted to go and work and make money, but God said no. So I have songs, and this year I'm releasing song. In fact, on the 20th of February, this year I'll be releasing one song. Uh, called it. I've dubbed it Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. talking about the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of God, like talking about describing Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then, so I've also written a book. The writing came, it was not supposed to be for you.
Okay.
It was supposed to be for me. I I I found myself in a place where I felt, document this moment down. You may need them one day.
Yeah.
Like everything that is happening to me, because I was strange things were happening. So my first book is a letter to you, practical approach to your spiritual growth. It was just documenting it so that one day I will look back and not forget. Because no matter how big a brain you have, when circumstances happen, you are bound to forget stuff.
Okay.
Hey, so
So
that,
this is the book you're
yes,
talking
yeah,
about now.
uh-huh.
A letter to you.
You, yes, a practical
Wow.
approach to your spiritual growth.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be a letter to me. Later, I ended up seeing that I've actually written a lot,
Mhm.
and it was going to be a blessing to not just myself, but to anyone who finds him or herself in the posture and the position that I found myself years ago. So it's a document to help all of us. Then when life began to happen, I mean, life happened. All of a sudden, I have gray,
Yeah.
and at a point, I wasn't so fulfilled. Not that I'm fulfilled now, but at least I'm better than where I was. I mean, like,
Yeah.
so I decided to do a reflection of my whole pain, how I've been through life, the choices I have made. And it will almost seem like you will regret. But then this is the nugget of the book. The book is not to tell you that don't grow or don't wish you never grew. The nugget of the book is actually to tell
I
you
mean,
that,
now we are talking about this book
yes,
now.
the nugget,
Okay, this is Wish I Never Grew.
yes, the
Wow.
nugget of this book, if I didn't want to make it so voluminous so that when you take it, you stop reading. It is to tell you that growth or life doesn't just happen. You have to be intentional about life. So plan your retirement from yesterday. Actually, people think, Charlie, you have friends who are now driving the Porsche cars, and you
Yeah.
think they don't pay attention to you because they now have Porsche car. Can you afford be having that car? And you see, when they even voice in your life, you feel they are arrogant, you feel they are insulting you. Like some way, somehow. I think we don't plan the life that we want to live. And I'm not only talking about being rich, I'm talking about being fulfilled, being accomplished in life. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to marry a woman from Atria Mountains.
Yeah.
After that, I wanted to live in a village called Sugungungungu.
Yeah.
I plan your life so that when you see us, you are happy the life you've lived.
Yeah. Wow.
Otherwise, you wish you had not grown.
Then there's a lot in this book.
I
So is it already out?
am already out, depending on when they'll be watching this video.
Video. Okay.
So the book launch is actually, we're having a book launch on the 16th of February at the Church of Pentecost. Like I told you, I'm a proud member of the Church of Pentecost.
Yeah.
At the Church of Pentecost, Bubuashi District, New Jerusalem Assembly. If you're Church of Pentecost, you know why it is like that. If you're not a member, well, there is a Bubuashi District. And there's a New Jerusalem Assembly located in Bubuashe, article distribution. You can just call me, give me a call 0243831596, 0243831596, and I will sort you out on the 16th.
16th February
Yes.
is the launch of this book.
Yes.
Wish I Never Grew.
Which I never go. 1 o'clock sharp. In fact,
1 o'clock.
when you are late, by the time you are late, you come and hear Amen.
Amen. So how much is the book going for?
How much do you want to give me to have that? That's the story I'm giving to everyone there.
Okay.
So it's a moment. I've not priced it, but I believe this book is going to actually be a blessing to the youth. especially those who are confused about life, those who think that their fathers are taking care of them now, so they don't have to do anything for themselves. I'm telling you, one of the things that says always in this book, one day you may lose all your guardians and you have to still find your feet to be fulfilled in life.
Wow. So, guys, I think everyone needs to get a copy of this book, and it's going to be launched on 16th February 2025 at the Church of Pentecost,
Buwashi
District,
New Jerusalem Assembly.
Hey.
Please, my it's a mouthful. I had needed to help you with that one.
Oh, wow. But I think this copy, I'm taking it away. But I will pay. How much am I supposed to pay for this?
I cannot do that with him on set. So you will talk behind the
No,
scenes.
I want them to know.
When they know, they will probably use your price, and maybe somebody wanted to give me. You get me ahead. So
okay, so me, I'll buy it for 50,000. So somebody should also
buy
it
for 50,000. I'm totally going for 1 million. But since you spent 50,000.
Wow. Nice having you on your Uncle TV.
The pleasure is all mine.
Yeah.
Pleasure is all mine.
And then we will try our best to come also support you on 16th February for the launch of this book. Wow. This book is really, Charlie. To get this copy, I think your life will never be the same. You know how to plan your life.
Pray to God. Prayer has gone into this book, and hard work has gone into this book. But majorly, the theme itself should even suggest to you that you one day wish you never could if you're not prepared for life. So get prepared for life.
But you know something, I want to tell you something about this book.
Tell me.
I feel this book is written for it's for me.
Everybody feels it's written for.
Some people, I'm 27 years. You 27 years.
Really?
I wish I never grew.
Wow.
I wish I'm still young, but you can't cheat nature.
Wow.
That's when I saw this book on your stand. I said, wow, send it to me. Send
wow.
Me. Wow. Wish I never grew.
Wow. And imagine those days when you were a baby and mom, they will carry you, yes. Like that today when you are hungry, you have to be calculating here and there.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's no mommy to supply, there's no daddy to supply. But if you had learned to build systems and structures for yourself, then you really have to. The businesses of life shouldn't be a problem for you. You should be able to afford the transportations, a roof over your head, and all that. Like, at least be fulfilled. Be able to become a philanthropist, go out there, impact life. At least make an impact in this life. We are not just here to wake up, pay bills, eat, and go like that. Yeah. That is a boring way to live life. We're actually here to impact others. So one day somebody must look up to you and say that, but for you, I couldn't have access this level of education, or I couldn't have had this level of life for you. But now, because you are not even prepared for life, you are struggling. So you wish you'd not gone. One day a young guy went to he said that he had the guts to tell the uncle that I am my father's house, so you to go to your father's house. Wow. Meanwhile, that bed was the uncle's bed.
Your father doesn't have a bed.
And the uncle felt bad that Charlie, this small boy that we gave birth to that was here, now he's talking to you like that. But if he had grown in his time, can you imagine? If my uncle, I'm waiting for my uncle to come before we talk. Yes. And now I cannot talk to my uncle anyhow because uncle, if you had grown, your small boy will not talk to you anyhow. Yes. Uncle wish.
One more, bra.
Well, those are your words, man. I don't. Those are your words, so. So let's be intentional about life. That's what I pray that we all grab it. It's not everybody who will be a doctor. It's not everybody who will travel abroad. But however yours is, try and make the maximum out of it, because you are also relevant in your own league. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome, and thank you for having me on Uncle TV too.
My pleasure.
But I would like you to look into my camera and give my audience advice.
Well, I'm supposed to be taking the advice from you because I am still trying to find out my feet after writing 2 books. My name is Michael Amponsah, and I'm Yonko TV with the man himself, and it's a blessing to be here. Please, life is not in a wish tank for everyone. Be intentional about life. even if you want to sell Gary, be intentional about it. In fact, I think when you reach out to the likes of they will help you out with how to even market every product you have. I mean, what I mean is that don't why do you want to play little when you can be out there? Your life will be a light for people to find their way through life. God bless you, Shalom. I'm Michael Amponsah. I'm your brother, your son, your friend, and I'm humbled to be on Yonku TV. I almost said Shalom TV. Maybe one day you open Shalom TV.
Nice having you on
The
Yonku
pleasure
TV.
is all mine, sir. Pleasure is all mine.
So, guys, let's go and support our brother on 16th February 2025 at the Church of Pentecost.
Ubuashi District, New
District.
Jerusalem Assembly.
So the number will be on the screen, so you can call if you need a copy or you want to go there to support our brother. Let's go and support. Everybody needs somebody. Yonku TV. Obi here, Obi.
Nice one.
Yeah.